With winter falling and armored operations for 1951 coming to a close, we have made significant progress and imprisoned or defeated about 250,000 to 300,000 Allied troops in operations on the Western Front. But we are out of medium tanks and we'll just have some stocks of foreign equipment left over. So our armored divisions are not going to be the fastest anymore. And we probably want to do something about Denmark again, because the Americans have started infiltrating operations across the river line that have been rather successful, unfortunately. So we will start moving. We'll start moving some troops north, and we will attempt yet another breach through Denmark. And for that, we'll send the Marines in first. But we can't really create a front line, so for now we'll just get the Marines moving to Kiel. And because of the incessant attacks, we can't really get a front line. And we'll send the armored forces north as well for a potential counterattack. So we'll send those to Kiel too. Let's get them all assigned here, and then we'll see if we can. Make a. If we can make something happen in Denmark once again. Otherwise, once the snow has melted, we'll get back to operations here. We are going to need modern tanks, and I just need to get through the construction for the Scandinavia offensive, and then we'll work towards more military factories. And I might actually start scattering them in here, just so we have. Yeah, we'll do it alternate. There we go. We do have the air wings up. They are mostly replenished. I don't think we have anything to create another one just yet. Yeah, we're just working on losses. I've just got a couple of assorted planes, but not an awful lot. We are trying to supply the Germans with equipment, but they are still very much short on, I believe, trucks. Let's see. Yeah, they're still very, very short on trucks. They are starting to sort out the support equipment problems, and they've got a decent amount of infantry equipment, so they should be able to build more infantry divisions. But it looks like they're mostly looking to get armored divisions up and running, and maybe some air wings. But they are extremely short on. They're extremely short on raw materials, so that's something that we'll eventually have to deal with. Are we still on? Yes, we are in closed economy, so we can't really trade with them. I might go up to limited exports, actually, because I think now we're still pretty tight on aluminium. So, I mean, we can trade with Germany for aluminium, and then we're pretty good on rubber at this stage. So maybe that's something we can do. In fact, yeah, no, let's go with that. Anyway, first of all, I'm going to send divisions to Denmark, and then we will see that we can do something about this about these assaults here. And it's mostly the Air Force really that is wearing us down, but we do have. These divisions are all exhausted, interestingly enough. So, I mean, these attacks are costly for them, as you can see. They lose a crazy amount of manpower, but they are extremely determined, trying to break through here. And they are just not giving up. So they're really trying to get in here, and we might have to let them through, push them back, and then see if we can launch another counterattack, because they will eventually wear us down here. And this is going to potentially start costing me manpower as well. So I'll start sending one division in just to help defend, and we're probably gonna get the first army division to fall back here for now. We'll send one more division, one fresh division in to defend, and then we'll might get one of the assault divisions up here as well from Bremen, just because they don't really have something to do here right now. So they're pretty much just there to counter any kind of Allied incursions. But I think the Allies are going to need to rebalance their... Oh, look, someone landed. British troops. Yeah, we'll deal with that. Let's see. It's just one British division, so not a big deal. And we'll get them to get back again. Okay, we've got a fresh division in, so we can attempt to cycle some of the exhausted divisions out. And I don't want to commit the armored divisions here, but I am sort of more interested to try a counterattack with the Marines once they're in place. And maybe we can hold out until that, we will see. But for now we'll see if we can get one division out here to just rest and recover a little bit. And let the Americans keep bleeding on these assaults. These assaults are expensive for them in terms of manpower. We have lost a large amount of manpower actually. Most of it to ground forces, but a fair amount to airplanes as well. Still, we are holding, and we'll try to once more before winter sets in make a break in Denmark, if we can ever get the Marines there. I'll be back when that's gone. Just checking how many convoys we're sinking. Was that it? I think. Yep, that was it. Okay, so. Yep, I'll be back once we have everybody in position for an attempt to a counterattack. I have no idea if the Marines can push this, but we'll try it. Okay, we have the Marine divisions in place. So the question will be, where are we going to attack? Now, ideally, I would love to attack from here to get through there and encircle some divisions. But I think if we can just make it across the river, we might actually attack from the south. This might be the better option. We can give it a try. We'll give it one try. We'll see if we can. Make an attack attempt through the north, and we'll get the tanks to follow up once if the Marines can break it. But if that doesn't work, then we'll attempt to go through the south, and because these are just incessant charges, and I have no idea how many enemy divisions we're actually facing here. So we'll see. We'll give it an attempt, and we'll see if we can break through here. Otherwise, we'll try to go through the south and then try to do the armored surround and assault here. But it'd be nice if we could destroy some of these divisions here. Well, we'll see about that. First of all, 4 Marine divisions are moving in. And can we? Does any of them have available medals? Yes. We can grant a citation for breakthrough. There we go. And we'll see if they get actually embroiled in the defense first. But ideally they can go on the offense. So I'm curious to see if we can manage to breach here on the offense once the defensive action is done, because there are a lot of divisions here. But the bigger problem is obviously that the enemy has aerial superiority, which is not something we can break. But we'll see if we can get the Marines to launch an attack, and I'm already going to start sending the tank divisions in as well. So let's see, once the defense is completed here, and the enemy should be exhausted, then we'll see if the Marine divisions can launch. No, they can't launch an attack because the Americans are instantly attacking again. And we will see how this goes, but I would love to get the Marines on the attack. Okay, here we go. Unfortunately, the tanks are taking the lead here. But we do not have... now that might be difficult because we are attacking across the river here, and now they're in multiple combat. Not sure. Okay, we're going to have to get the tanks to stop because the tanks are not going to breach this. So let's get the tank divisions to stop the assault. and actually delete that lines just so they can stay where they are. I do want the marine divisions to start to lead the assault. Okay, tanks stay. Where are my marines? Marines, where are they? Okay, they are attacking now. Nope, they're instantly getting counterattacked. Okay, I think the marines. Yeah, here are the marines. We'll see if we can get them to attack during the incessant counterattacks here, and we'll see if we can get them to make a break here, and then we'll follow up with the tanks if they can. It looks like they're even on the march. Honestly, I am not sure what's going on, but we'll see. Okay, these are American counter. Okay, not sure what happened there. My marines just jumped back. Not entirely sure what happened there, but we'll let them. There must have been some confusion in command, so we'll let them walk up again, and we'll give that another try. Let's speed that up ever so slightly. I just want to get my marines into position that they can start launching an attack. Okay, now we have an attack going. So that's the marine divisions. Unfortunately, they're now in multiple combat, and they are facing 17 enemy divisions. So that's going to be relatively difficult to breach, and we can get the tank divisions to reinforce that as well, if possible. We'll see if we can manage to break them here. But yeah, the Marines are, especially the multiple combat modifier and the river crossing modifier are difficult to overcome. So now at least we are maintaining. Let's see if we can get some reinforcements going, but I think the Marines are going to be getting exhausted trying to break this here, and I don't see this succeeding. Yeah, I don't see this succeeding. Okay, abort the attack, move south, move to the southern part. We'll get the original defensive divisions back on it, and somebody got sent to the wrong. Okay, you need to be first army, and you need to just be here. We'll just put you on the front line. So get over there. Okay, let's see if we can actually manage to extract the Marines even. And what I'm going to try is set up an actual assault line. I would love to have that. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. I would love to have only the left position. Okay, only the left position to be included in here. So let's see if we can get them just here. Yes, there we go. So I want all Marine divisions on that, and I want all tank divisions on that. And your goal is to take Denmark. So let's see. Why do I only have 5 divisions on this? I would like to have all the tank divisions on that and on that offensive order, as well as all the Marines. There we go, that's better. Okay, so let's move everything over, and the rest of the troops can, these guys can pretty much just hold the line here where they stand. Okay. Do we have enough supply in the air? Because the southern province is not getting attacked quite as viciously by the Americans, but at least now we know what we're facing. So it's a lot of Danish divisions here, really. The Americans themselves are down to just a couple of armored divisions that are trying, and they're mostly committed to attacking here. So we'll try and see if we can push them from the south. We can break through, encircle them, and, well, not encircle, but we can then break out into the north. See if we can get across the islands, cut off the troops here, and take out Denmark. Well, that's the plan. If I can even manage to get everybody into position under these these incessant American attacks. It's really just the Americans. I think the Danish aren't even that involved. Yeah, it's just the Americans who are throwing themselves at our lines. Getting a couple of Japanese counterattacks here, but I don't think it's anything I need to worry about. But might as well commit my divisions here too. And the Germans are still launching some futile assaults into French lines here. But not an awful lot else is happening. Okay. How's our construction coming along? We're still working on the radar stations in the north. The air wings are reconstituted, which means I can probably... No, I'm going to actually leave some planes in stock just so we can compensate for losses. Have I managed to get everybody into the southern lines by now? I believe I have, and everybody else is. Now we just need to get the planning up, and I don't have enough. I would need 54 command power, almost there. We'll get a staff office plan going. We'll get the planning, and then we'll try to breach the southern line, and see if we can launch an assault here, concentrated with the Marines, and then yeah, I'll be back once we have that planned. We do need to wait for the military factories to start coming in to build modern tanks, to start switching our tank divisions over before we attempt the rest of the liberation of Europe, because we are running out of tanks at this point. The French have actually launched an invasion. That is fascinating. They have moved large amount of troops off the front lines in Europe and Russia, and are attempting once again to land. Obviously I am letting them land in Finland. So that means a lot of irreplaceable losses, because as far as I remember, France does not have. So they have. France does not have any more manpower. No, they are on service by requirement, and because of their war support, they can't go, or lack thereof, they can't go any further. Germany might be slightly being pushed back here. Yeah, I don't think so. Who's attacking us here? It's the Czech. The Czech are launching a simultaneous diversion. But we will deal with these French divisions here. I'm already sending some extra divisions out. Let's just get things researched just so we can, and then we will destroy this group of French divisions here, because I don't see them having any chance of getting out of this. And that's a fair amount of divisions, honestly, who are, I think, starving at this point. They are sending tank divisions in, but I don't think they can supply these. No, they can't, because they have not managed to take Helsinki. So we will literally just push them back and clean them up. So let's begin the operation. And that should be a fair amount of losses for the French. Just a couple of research things to do in the meantime. Not that I really need them, but if anybody later wants to pick up the save and do a world conquest. Yeah, these French divisions are weak. A lot of them are actually under strength. So let's get them all nice and bottled up. And then we will, you as well, attack here. And then we will destroy them. That's a fair amount. What do we got? 4, 6, 9, 10 divisions. So they're not even having enough, and attack them here. And that's the overrun. Let's see, almost. And that's, what do we got? 33,000 French troops that they are not going to see again. So, yep, thank you, France. I'll take it. And at the same time, while I wasn't looking, the Americans are landing in Norway. Well, I guess that gives my mountain division something to do. So we are going to, well, we're going to have to do that again later when everything is finished. But we're going to start moving mountain divisions up north to deal with this American incursion. That gives me something to do while I am trying to plan. I'm almost done planning the attack here, but okay, we'll deal with the Americans first, and then we haven't had any attacks here in a while, to be honest. And I think they might be actually able to take the port here. Yeah, because we're not going to be able to defend that one. So we are sending the mountain divisions up north. I have what is it? Six, I think, 6 mountain divisions. That should be enough to clean up the Americans here. And even if they take the port, I think that is... I mean, we could destroy the port. Do I need it supply-wise? Well, technically, no. I don't know if I can actually destroy a naval base. Can I? I could. Nah, it's fine. I don't think I can. I don't think I can actually destroy the naval base. No idea if that's even possible. But I'll send the mountaineers north, and yes, they might take the naval base here, but we will deal with them anyway. These are regular infantry divisions. That's a fair amount, 12, 17. But and there's one more coming in, 18. So almost a field army. Oh, more Americans landing. Yeah, the Americans are a little busy again right now, are they? Okay, they might have noticed that I'm trying to break their lines in Denmark. So we'll deal with this. I'll have to clean this one up first. It's not that interesting to watch, so I'll get back once I have encircled and cleaned up the Americans in Norway and in the Baltics, and we can get back to the Denmark operation. Okay, the Allied landings in Norway have gotten completely out of control. We have a second American naval invasion on top of that, and we have a significant amount of reinforcements landing in the north. Plus, we've got some French divisions here landing as well, which I am going to have to deal with. So I will need to bring troops from the coast here. And that is somewhat risky, but that was a coordinated attack. I am somewhat proud of the Allies, to be honest, or impressed by the Allies. Let me put it this way. So for now, we will need to. We have held Trondheim, but we do need to push back against the invasions here, because we have supply problems now. And they have spotted a systemic weakness in our defenses on the Norwegian coast. I had not necessarily counted on them really noticing that much. So we will definitely need troops in the north to help and defend these positions. We'll have to railway them up north as quickly as possible, and to contain this and try to deal with it. Let's see where we can get supply from. Unfortunately, we don't have an awful lot of positions that can supply us here in the north. And there's obviously a risk of further spread of contagion of this Allied invasion, but this is nasty, surprisingly nasty. So I might actually have to, well, tanks are not going to be any good, but I might have to bring some of the other divisions from the First Army over to try and contain this. But for now, we'll try to deal with it using the. I mean, the Germans are helping, but we'll try to use the divisions that we have in place as area defense divisions here, and I can probably get a couple more from the south here and get them to move in here as well. Okay, well, this is gonna get actually more interesting. Okay, so first things first, we are going to need to deal with this here. Let's see if that's gonna work out, and assist from here. Obviously they are, and we're gonna get one division to already start pushing back against them here. And we'll assist from this position. So right now I'm getting the mountaineers to just retake and reconnect our supply routes here as much as possible, while the Americans are landing a large amount of forces, unfortunately. and we are trying to sink their convoys as we go, but that was surprising, I have to admit. So while we are dealing with the remaining French here, the Americans definitely have made a desperate push after seeing that we have been attacking them in Denmark, and we'll see to it that we can get them contained at least. And I'm gonna get one division to remain at the border and just assist with the attack. Okay, that should be contained. Mountaineers are breaking through here, but the port is at this point relatively out of reach. So we'll do what we can. Unfortunately, our mountain troops are out of supply, so supply is going to be a major issue here in the north. And we will see. We will see what we can do there. At the same time, I mean, I could attempt to launch a counterattack here, but honestly, I think I might... I've got 4 assault divisions here that I might need, to be fair. Let's make that 5. They should be somewhat suited to be fighting in the north, so let's get them moving. Unfortunately, they are currently embroiled in battle, but if we can get a... No, we can't get it. I can't get a chance to get them out. They're basically pinned down. So that's what they've been doing in Denmark. They have attempted to pin us down, to pin the First Army's assault divisions down, to make sure that... and Trondheim needs to not fall. So we'll leave Trondheim. They have pinned us down to ensure that the First Army's assault divisions don't have a chance to assist. This is probably the most... Oh yeah, there they come. There come the British as well now. This is probably the most concentrated Allied invasion that I have seen in a while. And it is dangerous. So while we are cleaning up the incursions here, we definitely do need to prevent the Americans from cutting our lines in the north. And we're going to have to clean up around Trondheim first, and then we'll try to retake the northern positions. So for now, we're going to get these divisions, and these are separate armies. So we're just going to get them positioned individually. I've got one here, and we technically would want somebody further north as well. I don't really have much here in the north, so getting some troops here. The Germans are going to help, but nobody was focusing on this area that much. So, but we are defeating some of them near Trondheim. We've stabilized the front line here, so they can't cut us off further, and the supply routes should be holding through the south. Unfortunately, Trondheim itself is now cut off, but that's something we'll try to deal with. We have encircled one of the American divisions here. While they are trying to counterattack, let's make sure we are holding here and just keep them more or less boxed in. I'm going to attempt to move one division north here and get a couple of others in place where possible. And then we get the Mountaineers south to help cleaning up this mess here, because we can't pull too many troops off the front lines. So we do need to defend ourselves against potential assaults there. I think I can get one division here to move in to push up back against them as well. Yeah, this wasn't bad. That was surprising me in its ferocity and in its coordination. So the Germans are sending some tank divisions in, which is nice of them. Unfortunately, tanks in tanks are not going to be the best in this environment. So we've dealt with that incursion. We're retaking these divisions, but we do need to counterattack them. And okay, the Mountaineers are now cleaned up. So everybody, let's get them all moving south. Tidy that up. Move across the river, and then deal with the Trondheim incursion. How's the air situation? I think the fighting in Trondheim is what I'm more concerned with this at this point. So we will start contesting the air. We are starting to see, we're starting to have some aerial detection here from the ongoing construction. We'll just wipe out that one division, then move across the river. Unfortunately, my mountain troops are relatively out of supply at this stage, and I don't. Where's my next supply base? Because everything is pretty much cut here. I might have to... Well, that's a supply hub. Is it? Since when? Not sure of this, but okay. Interesting development, I have to say. Okay, but we are very quickly wearing down the enemy aircraft here. So at least they don't have any air support. But the mountaineers are a bit slowed down by the lack of supply. So we will see how effective they can be. I'll get across the river here. I'll probably move south to get more into a supply region, and then start rolling up the positions here. I do have some infantry divisions here that I can spare from the front lines potentially. But that's a lot of entrenched Americans. Yeah, I'm not gonna get there. So I think I can support this from Trondheim. Let's see. We might be able to make a little bit happen here and see if we can box them in a bit more. But this is somewhat concerning. Fortunately, nobody moves very fast in the mountains. Do I want to run that attack? Potentially, it'd be nice to box them in there. Let's see if we can manage, despite the fact that we are relatively low on on organization here, that we can actually get them contained. Containment is the first step. The second step is probably going to be the second problem is probably going to be supply, honestly, because we are not going to have an awful lot. We can get some supply potentially from the north here, but there's nothing in the middle. So, because we've been port hopping, so keeping them from reaching the northern port is quite important. And just keeping a quick look if there are any further naval invasions. I think they have stopped. They have stopped the assaults in. Yeah, I think they've pulled. Yes, they've pulled their troops out of Denmark. They have realized that they're not getting through Denmark, and these are the Danish troops that we've been fighting with for all this time. So. A fair amount, and we'll see what we can make happen here. Okay, everyone here is in place, and now we just need to hold the counter attack. I need you over here for containment, and 3 more divisions over there. That should do the trick. We should be able to hold this there. Okay, I'm going to send 1 division here, and then 1 out of you get over there. Okay, it takes a while for anybody to get anywhere in this frozen winterland, but I'm not sure where that German. Oh, there's the German tank division. So if they attack anywhere, then we will assist with the assault. But we'll wait for the mountaineers to make their way there. Okay, we have some British troops landed here that we will need to deal with, which is mildly unfortunate. Because I don't want to... Okay, we'll move in from here and support from here. And then that division will immediately go back. And I need to send somebody... So unfortunately, I don't really have many troops left here that are not port guard divisions. In fact, no, you probably stay where you are. You go and clean that up. I do need to leave a couple of divisions here to guard the ports. And... okay, have the Americans... Yeah, the Americans have sent reinforcements again. Okay, so the American reinforcements are back. They have... So they've cycled out the troops. They have sent in reinforcements from home into Denmark, and they've sent the Danish troops up north. And it looks like that operation has not been caught by our submarines. So they must have snuck along the Norwegian coast in a sort of reverse Weserübung and landed there. So that was definitely an interesting And that's definitely an interesting development. And here I was thinking that I could sneak through Europe relatively easily while that was going on. Okay. I'm just gonna try and see if I can defeat this with the port guards potentially, and then yeah, then we'll just get back. So we'll see. Still might need one more division, so I still keep sending it south, but we should be able to deal with these couple of Brits here. Okay, we have taken, we have managed to take this position. So but I would like to, okay, let's see if we can, push the Americans into one with what we've got. We've got some Germans here now as well. It'd be nice if we could just clean this up with the troops that we have available, but I could send... I can send one division from here. Let's send one division from here out. Yeah, and we'll get you to hold position here. We'll need some more troops here, but we are very much cut off from supply anyway, which is part of the problem here. So getting the mountaineers south is going to be quite crucial, and getting everybody settled into the front lines here as well to contain this American incursion, because that's a lot of Americans, and we definitely need to clean up the south first. Yeah, the mountaineers unfortunately are out of supply, so it's going to take them forever. Okay, I'll get back once the front lines have been somewhat stabilized here. Okay, we have, I think, somewhat contained the Allies, although we are struggling in the center area. But the mountaineers have slowly and hungrily made their way back into areas where they might be getting some supply. The first order is to restore the Trondheim line. They actually, the Americans have actually launched attacks across the lines here as well to try and cut this off. This was a very well planned operation, all in all, but we should have the mountain troops in place anytime soon. 2 more days, and then we will launch the counterattack in the south. And once we have Trondheim sorted, and hopefully we have some supply here, then we'll attempt to push north again towards retaking the port. The biggest problem is that they will be sending more and more divisions in. So and the British have decrypted our cipher, which is unfortunate, but not an awful lot we can do about right now. So, given that we are going to be taking combat losses, I'll once again run the Exhort Heroism and call the heroes to the front lines. The attacks in Denmark have let up a little bit, so I'm slightly tempted to... do I really want to research nuclear bombs? You know, we may have to. You never know. I'm slightly tempted to try and counterattack here. So if we could destroy Denmark, that would give a bit of a diversion, and if we can reach the north, that'll cut off the Baltics at least. But currently my problem isn't the Baltics, so we'll leave that be for the time. We'll leave that be for now, and we now have the mountain divisions back in operation. And we will attempt to cut off, destroy, and then reconnect. Cut them off, destroy them, reconnect the supply lines. Everybody else is digging in for now and holding against the Americans. And then we'll attempt a push. We might have to construct a temporary port here. We attempt a push along the coastline towards the port with the mountain divisions, in order to cut off the Allied supply, and then to destroy what we can. Sheesh. Well, this gives us something to do. We are running a little low on manpower, unfortunately, but we are getting to the point. Okay, mountaineers can already do this in the north, and I've got some troops here who can take down these Americans, and then we can return we can return these divisions to the front line, and that should reconnect. Yeah, the supply lines are going to get reconnected. Trondheim is once again supplied through the southern railway connections once the railway problems have been sorted. And then, yeah, so we'll deal with this here. Okay, you can already stay. We get these two divisions. We'll get these two divisions in, and then they can return to their positions in the front line. Everything else should be once again supplied once that's all done. And the mountain divisions right now are sorting this out. So we'll get the divisions back to their lines. You as well. Third Army has cleaned it up. The Mountaineers can take the rest, and then the question is how much of reach does Trondheim have? I don't think we'll have reach there, so I'll start with a construction here. Not there actually. I'll start with the construction. I would like a naval base here in the fjords if I can. That needs to take priority. I'll have to look up if there's a way to destroy these, because we can very easily get that connected, because I don't think we'll have the supply running from Trondheim. So let's make that happen, and then we'll return the Mountaineers north. My air force is currently dealing with southern Norway and destroying a vast amount of enemy fighters. We have taken some losses, obviously, but our kill-death ratio here is excellent. What are we even facing? We are facing... I can't even say where they're from, but I think the radar and the mission efficiency here has been of great effect for this. Okay, there go the Americans. And then the mountain divisions will instantly move north, and we will attempt to retake the port, and then clean this all up as we go. And we'll see if we can. We'll try to hold in the meantime everywhere else. There were also coordinated naval invasions, I think, in Rostock. The Americans are attacking us along the lines, so they definitely notice that something is up. And they are trying to push the Germans back in relatively concentrated assaults here. So America has definitely realized that the gig is up, and that they are in desperate need to make something happen. So this is going to take another day, and then we've got Trondheim reconnected, which is going to deal with the front here. And we are moving the Mountaineers north, but I think we'll move them here for now. They do need supply here. So without supply, okay, they are getting supply. Let's give them a front line and an actual plan to retake the areas, and they have some organization. How is our supply status? It's not great, but we'll get them in place, and then we'll see if we can make something happen there. Okay, front line in the south is stabilized once more. I'll bring the railway artillery in that we've stationed here to assist with bombardment. And the rest of the troops is getting back into position, and there we have that. I'm just curious. I'm going to try and launch the Marines just to see if we can make a break here. So can we, if we get some support, I mean, support from the other side doesn't help us, but can we break through this if we are to send everything in pretty much? I think we can actually. So if that's the case, we may be able to get the tank divisions across and the Marines across, and then once we have that, if we can make this breach happen, unfortunately the combat width is not helpful because now we've got the tanks involved and the Marines are already exhausted. So no, I think the Marines can't breach this, and they just have way too many. Too many reinforcements there. We could attempt an assault from the other side, but we'll see. Maybe we can make it happen. We will see. Just keeping an eye on things. We are getting pushed back in the north here. Mountaineers are still on the way, and construction. Of course, if they're trying to, we are constructing close because I need to supply up to the port. Get back into position if you can. Yeah, they are pushing us out here, unfortunately. I think we are not going to be able to retake that position, which is problematic because that means we're weakening our lines here further. But there's just plainly too many of them. Okay, mountain divisions are coming in, and once I have them all here, they do have supply here. I am tempted to I'm gonna try and launch an attack and see if we can break through, because the how did my Denmark operation go? We're still trying. I'm gonna send the Marines in again. We're still trying and trying to break here. The tanks especially actually work reasonably well, but we are taking horrific losses due to enemy aerial superiority. How's the air looking? Oh, we need to send the fighters over north now. Okay, different air zone. And they have nobody there, so we get the fighters up in the air. At least gives us aerial superiority. The Mountaineers are breaking through. And if we can make it to the port, then that's going to be worth it. Otherwise, we'll wait until the naval base is constructed here. The assaults are faltering again, but we have some more divisions we can send in. No, I think. Okay, Marines are completely exhausted. Assault tank divisions. We'll send the tank divisions across the river. I will see if we can make the break here. But how many more divisions do they have? It's not that many actually anymore. So we will see. We've got some more assault divisions as well, and the Marines are going to recover. So we'll see. I need to slow this down a bit. We will see if we can. Another naval invasion? Oh, they're back again. Oh my gosh, they are back again. It's the French this time. The French have landed near Trondheim. Okay, and we need to counterattack them because we do not wish to lose Trondheim. We cannot lose Trondheim. Why do I have 3 divisions here? Get me 1 more division north immediately towards Trondheim. Okay, yeah, the Allies are definitely coordinating this. We are, they are being attacked both from the sea and from land. Mountaineers are still pushing out of supply, and we'll see if we can hold, if we can take the port. If we can take the port, then we've won there. They are aware of in how much trouble they are in Denmark. So we'll see if we can force the crossing there. We do need to get these divisions. In fact, you actually move in as well. We do need to hold Trondheim if we can. So otherwise we do need to very rapidly counterattack. But I think we have broken through in the north. Yeah, keep moving in. And we'll see if we can take the port of them. And the Mountaineers are relatively quick in the mountains, which should be faster than the others. The problem is supply. How is this looking? We are actually struggling to deal with these French divisions there. And the Germans are now helping out in trying to counterattack, but the French, despite being completely on the ropes, are actually launching an assault. How's Denmark looking? I can send the tanks over again and the Marines, but I think we have. I think it's going to be too costly in terms of. I keep trying, but I think it's going to be too costly in terms of. Okay, I need another division in Trondheim immediately to push the French back if they land there. It's going to be too costly in terms of manpower. Okay, the northern assault is continuing, and we are at the gates of the northern port actually. So let's see if we can take it. And I think this episode's been going on for a long time. I think on that little cliffhanger we are actually going to end the episode here. I've got multiple assaults going on here. Attempting to breach the river line in Denmark. We are dealing with a massive coordinated Allied attack against the Norwegian coast and a massive Allied invasion force in the Norwegian region. And a next episode will tell if we can manage to defeat that and get back to our original operations. But that's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.